So let's jump right in. So first of all, ChatGPT.
Sure.
What version of the ChatGPT? Is this for someone who can just go type it in and then type their question, or what is the kind of configuration they're gonna need for this?
Well, you would need 4.0 so that you can import your spreadsheet. But otherwise, it's fairly simple. And a lot of Chat GPT, people talk a lot about prompts and how important prompts are. But the value of Chat GPT is you can really engage with it. So it's not a single solution. You put in a request, you get the response, you see what you get, and then you say, oh, well, let's look at this from a different perspective. Let's segment it this way. Let's identify what are some of the issues. And then you look at the data again, and you get very different results.
Okay.
And so essentially what ChatGPT is like is it's like having a data analyst right at your fingertips who can do all the stuff right away. And you get results immediately, and then you can sort of validate or question or probe further.
Okay. So ChatGPT 4.0 is what they're gonna need.
Yes.
And then they are importing, the next question is what data?
So a lot of what we do is, so let's just sort of back up for a minute and just kind of look at the whole picture. You mentioned a few times how old I am, but one of the values of my age is that I've been through the life cycle of e-commerce. Okay, so when I was first advertising on Google, it was 5 cents a click. And then it went to 25 cents, and then it went to $1, and then it went to $5. And so you see this evolution of a media. And the exact same thing is happening with Amazon. And so initially everything is really cheap and really, really easy, and conversion is great, and the competition is not there. And then suddenly everybody discovers, wow, this is a great way to make money. And so you have to change your paradigm. And the reality is the paradigm that worked last year is probably not working as well this year. And so we always have to change and adjust. And I've learned that from working with e-commerce and with Google. And the exact same thing applies to what we're doing with Amazon today. And so the secret really, and let's actually talk about some of the issues, because I think that they're interesting. I think all Amazon sellers are at an inflection point right now. And there's 3 fundamental reasons for this. The first is what I call the Chinese invasion. You've got, the Chinese manufacturers, they identify a bestseller, they produce it for less or low quality. They can sell it for less because they don't have any product development cost. And now, Chinese sellers are about 60% of all Seller Central business. The second issue really is ad costs. So many businesses built their whole business upon advertising. And because Amazon's conversion was so strong, and because you also got ranking value, people stuck with advertising for a long time. But what I'm finding for most of my clients is it's just not as profitable as it was anymore. And so again, we need to look for different things. And the third piece of the puzzle is artificial intelligence. And Amazon is really leveraging the power of AI to try to build a better customer experience. And so in many respects, keyword research, which we spent hours and hours of our time doing, is probably going to go away. Amazon more than likely is going to give us a personalized experience so that you see different search results than I do based upon your shopping history. So all the things that really we have been successful with in the past have to change. And so what's the solution? Focus on conversion and customer experience. And really this is all about, improving your conversion, and that's going to be the secret to thriving, in the future. And so what we've done is built a methodology around that to sort of help people do it in a rational and logical way.